Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my updated no makeup routine. So this is kind of what I've been doing on a daily basis when I'm not filming something in particular or I don't need to do a ton of makeup. I just want to do a little bit of something because it always just makes me feel better. This is the routine that I've been following. So I wanted to share the products with you and how I get this very minimal but clean makeup look. If you are new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe to my channel. And let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, I'm gonna share my current no makeup routine that I do a lot on days when I don't really film. I'm just kind of editing or, you know, running errands, things like that. I will kind of just do bare minimum makeup, and I like to focus on my skin on those days. So I do my skincare routine as always, and then I kind of focus in on more skin prep before I put any makeup on. So first thing that I do is reapply a little bit of eye cream. I did eye cream when I did my morning skincare, but I always like to apply a little bit of eye cream like 5 or 10 minutes before I put any makeup on my face, just because I just feel like it makes everything go on a little bit better. And I don't know, it just kind of refreshes the area a little bit. So you can see this is the Banana Bright eye cream that you guys see me use a lot. I either use this or I use the Summer Fridays Light Aura eye cream. That one I actually left downstairs, so the one I have today is the Banana Bright. I love them both, but you don't want to go in ever. I don't care how much or how little product you're applying. In my opinion, you always want just a little bit of eye cream under your eyes. It's just going to make everything go on a lot better. So while I'm kind of letting that set down, I like to kind of prep my lips. When I do no makeup like this, I like to not wear a whole lot. A lot of times I don't even do like a lip liner or anything, but I like to make sure my lips are exfoliated and that they look as best as they can just naturally. So I use two different things for that. The first one is this. This is a fantastic product from e.l.f. This is their lip exfoliator and it looks like a lipstick. So you just twist it up like you do a lipstick, and it's little exfoliating granules in a lipstick form. So I like to get that all over my lips. And these actually come in different scents. This is the cherry one, but I think there's a coconut one, a mint one, and then I think there's also one that doesn't have a scent to it. But I like to get it on and then just use my finger and go all around my mouth, especially when it's been cold outside. I think a lot of people really struggle with dryness around their mouth. And the worst thing you can do is just let the dryness kind of manifest on your lips. As gross as that sounds, you want to get off the dead skin. Okay, so it's been about 5-ish minutes or so, but my lips, I wish you could see how soft my lips are through the screen, but they really are. They're so smooth, soft, no dry skin, and it just makes your lips look better overall with no product. So that's step one for the lips. The second step is I like to use the clear City Lips from City Beauty. And this does a lot. It adds moisture, kind of plumps your lips a lot. If you have more thin lips, it just kind of helps define your lips a little bit. So if you're someone that has smaller lips naturally, or I know as we age, our lips get thinner and thinner typically. Something like this just kind of adds moisture, volume. If you have a lot of lines in your lips, first of all, you need to exfoliate. But second of all, something like this enhances your natural lips, if that makes sense. And you can see this one is clear, so there's no color. So I just thoroughly coat my lips with this. And then I'm gonna leave this on the whole time I'm doing my makeup. And then by the time I get to the lip product, which is what I do last, my lips will be exfoliated and they'll be hydrated and look good. So I don't have to do much to them. But I really like this product from City Beauty. Starting today, the 7th, the City Lips are buy one, get one free, which is a really good deal. I believe the code is Lips BOGO. I'll put it up on the screen, but they are buy one, get one free the 7th of March through the 9th. So today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So if you're interested in getting one of these, now's a great time to do it. They do come in colors as well, but for like a treatment kind of product, I just use the clear one and kind of let my lips soak it all up while I'm doing the rest of my products. The next thing I like to do is sunscreen, and typically I will use 2. I like to use tinted sunscreens kind of as my base when I do makeup like this, because I just feel like it's good for my skin. I'm not piling on tons and tons of makeup, and I just like the natural look that it gives when I wear minimal makeup. So the first one is, I know I sound like a broken record, but the DRMTLGY Universal Tinted Moisturizer. So I start with 2 pumps of this. As you can see, it has a tint to it, but it does not really provide a lot of coverage. It's I would say it slightly adds a little bit of tint to your face, but I'm talking like slightly. I wouldn't even call this a tinted moisturizer. So I'm just getting this all over, bringing some down my neck. So you can see it's been about a minute or 2, but it doesn't give a lot of coverage, but it does give your skin just a really pretty, healthy, glowy, moisturized look, which is key with this kind of makeup. So I do this one first, and then the second product, now I've had this product for quite a while and I kind of forgot about it, but I pulled it out a few weeks ago when I was kind of switching up my products, and I started using the Dr. Jart Cicapair cream. So this, if you're not familiar, it's a cream, a green color cream. It looks green, obviously, in the jar, but when you apply it, it turns to like a beigey color, like skin tone color. And it also has SPF 30, and it's made to neutralize redness. So if you are someone with a lot of redness in your skin, this is a great product to use because it's sun protection and kind of helps to correct the redness. So I am gonna get a little bit on my finger, and I usually kind of start where I have majority of the redness, which is here and here. And then I just kind of take whatever is left in the other places on my face and start rubbing it in. It looks scary at first because it does look green, but then you'll see as you kind of work it into your skin, it goes away and it turns, or it kind of adapts to your skin tone. Okay, so you can see, hopefully, it doesn't cover everything, but it definitely just kind of evens the overall tone of my face, which is my main goal with this type of makeup. So I'm gonna let this kind of sit for a minute, and we're gonna do the brows. And I kind of switch this up daily, but today we're gonna use the e.l.f. brow lift. So I have my disposable spoolie. I kind of switch back and forth between this and the e.l.f. brow soap right now. But I will say this one is just a little bit faster for me because you don't have to wet it and activate it like you do with a soap. So I'm just gonna go through and brush this through my brows. So I just kind of brush them into shape and just let them sit for a few minutes before we go in and fill them in it all. The good thing about the brow lift is you can still work with it even after it's kind of dried down a little bit, which is nice. I don't really love it when I use something on my brows and then they set down and they won't move. I do want it to hold, but I don't want it to be so strong that you can't like brush through them. The next thing I'm gonna do is go in with a little bit of color corrector. If you did not have darkness under your eyes, you could definitely skip this step. But I do really like the Neutrogena corrector in peach, especially for minimal makeup, because this does not correct as well as like the Charlotte Tilbury or the Bobbi Brown, but it does help if you have purple or blue tones under your eyes. So I just do a little bit. And generally when I do this corrector and I'm doing this type of makeup, I just use my finger and just tap this out, and you can see instantly it corrects under my eyes. Not like a full coverage kind of effect, but it really, really helps if you have discoloration under the eyes. It's kind of like the same concept as the Dr. Jart correcting cream, but under the eyes. It doesn't like cancel everything out, but it just kind of evens the tone. Now we're going to move on to a little bit of a concealer. So basically the sunscreen acts as my foundation, and then I will kind of spot conceal with concealer. There are two that I kind of go between, and one of them you've heard me talk about all the time is the NARS Soft Matte. I'm not going to use that one today because I've used that in a bunch of videos, but I love that one for this makeup look. Or I love the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer. I did a review of this, a dedicated review that I'll link back when this was super, super popular. And I wear the shade Vanilla. This is still, in my opinion, the best drugstore concealer that I've tried by far. Like, there's not even like a contender with this one, in my opinion. So there it is. That's one pump of the concealer. And what I like to do is spot conceal, like I said. So I have discoloration here. I have a little bit right here. Those are really the main two areas. I then will kind of take what's left and add a little on my forehead, a little on the sides of my nose, and then I'll add a little bit down here, and that's going to be it. Then I'm going to take a little bit, and this is just one pump of product, and put one dot under each eye. And still, I have product left on the back of my hand. All right, then I'm going to take my setting spray, which is Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm going to take whatever brush I'm using. So this is the Smashbox Blurring Foundation brush. And I'm just going to blend in that concealer. And the setting spray step is optional. I've just found that works really well for my skin. It helps my makeup last longer. I feel like everything spreads a lot easier when I do that. I don't know, I just really like it. And I'm using the same brush under my eyes too. I don't typically do that, but since I have it and I'm using the same product on my face and under my eyes, I'm just gonna use the same brush. And the goal here is obviously not to totally cover everything. This is not meant to be full coverage, but you can see I have a good bit of coverage and I still have product left on the back of my hand. So honestly, I could do half a pump and do this. And you guys, if you haven't tried this, I said it in my review, but this is such a beautiful drugstore concealer. I love it. My favorite, hands down. Then I like to use a little bit of cream bronzer. I always feel like creams are just the most flattering, especially for minimal makeup looks, because it just looks like skin to me. So I'm going to use my Fenty cream bronzer, and I'm actually just going to go in with that same brush we used for the concealer. And I am just going to add a little bit of this to my face. I also find that when you use your foundation brush or your complexion brush with your cream bronzer and blush and that, it almost looks even more natural because you already have some of your face product on here. So it kind of helps blend everything together. So I'm just taking this very lightly around my hairline. I'll take a little bit on my nose and a little bit on my jawline. And then I personally like to use a cream blush, but you could definitely do powder blush too if you don't want to use all creams. Maybe you have really oily skin. But one of my favorites, mainly for the, well, I was going to say for the color, but it's really just this blush in general, is I love, again from Fenty, the cream blushes, but this one is the Bikini Martini color. And so it's obviously like a neon pink, but it is not scary. It's very, very similar to Dior Backstage Rosy Glow or Bobbi Brown Pale Pink. It has that bluey undertone. So again, I'm taking that same brush and just tapping a little bit of that color. See, do you see how subtle it is? It's so pretty. It looks so scary, I know, in the packaging, but it's not. And to me, these bluey kind of pink tones just look really natural. See how subtle it is? It's so pretty. And then I personally am going to fill in my eyebrows, but I'm going to do it very quickly and very strategically, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time. If you have super full brows, I would honestly just do the brow lift and just leave your brows natural. But I do like to do a little bit of micro brow from NYX in Ash Brown. So I'm basically just going through, and where I see like major gaps, just adding a little bit of pencil there. So on this brow, I have a little bit of a gap here, a little bit out here, and then I have a gap kind of right in my arch here. So I just do little tiny hair strokes, and that's it. So I don't like obsess over getting them perfectly filled in or anything. And honestly, if my brows were just a hair fuller, I wouldn't even fill them in on a daily basis. I would just put in a brow soap or a brow gel product and just let them be natural, because I love the look of natural brows. And really for the eyes, I sometimes don't do anything and just leave my eyes bare and put mascara on, because to me, this type of look is more about the skin, fill in your eyebrows because that really shapes your eyes, and then a little bit of mascara. But if I do want to put something on my eyes, it's almost always a cream eyeshadow. And this is kind of tricky because I typically would choose something matte, and I've recently found like my absolute favorite thing in the entire universe, and it's discontinued, which really, really, really makes me sad. But I had shared this in one of my recent videos. I got this recently at the cosmetics company store, and it's Tom Ford, the Emotion Proof Eye Color in Naked Eyes. And this is what it looks like. It doesn't look like anything crazy special, but this color on my eyes is just like the perfect tone. But I don't want to use it because I feel bad. I can't even link it. You can't get it anymore. I also used to like this. This is Bare Minerals, the Gin Nude Eye Primer. I have been using this product for years, and I just realized before I started filming this, these I'm pretty sure have now been discontinued, so you can't get it anymore. They used to actually make a product like this. It was in different packaging. It was in a smaller tube, and it was like fatter, and it was called the 5-in-1 eyeshadow. I wore that for years and years and years and years. There was one color that was very close to my skin tone, and I used to wear that all the time. Well, then they got rid of those and they made these. Now you can't get these. Since I can't use either of those things, I am gonna use MAC Painterly, the paint pot. So this is what it looks like. This is like an OG product. I'm sure you all have used it or have seen people use it, but this is what it looks like. This one is a nude beige, I think is how they describe it. I like, it's almost similar to the Tom Ford one, but the Tom Ford has a little more brown to it, and this one you can see is a little more pinky, not quite as brown as the Tom Ford. I like the Tom Ford one the best, but this is good too. So I just take a little fluffy eyeshadow brush and I just lightly feather this on my eye. So I don't apply this in a thick layer like you see people do to prime their eyes a lot. I just personally like to use a really light wash of it, and it's easier to do that if you use a brush like this that's kind of fluffy, so you can just kind of fluff it on the eye and it won't go on thick or heavy. And then what I typically like to do is take a shadow stick. I like this one from Nude Stix. This is the shade Guilt, and it's just a really pretty light gold. I also like the new one I had shared from ColourPop. This one is matte, which I like, and this is one of the color sticks. It's really pretty, and it's Toss and Turn. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to use Toss and Turn. I want this to be super light, so I am not using much at all. I'm going to take the same brush we used for the Painterly and just kind of blend it in and blend it upwards to the crease. And you can see it barely does anything, but it just adds a little something to your eye. And the primer underneath just kind of helps even everything out a little bit. You could even take, if you wanted to, a little bit on the outer half of the bottom lash line. And then I'm just going to take that same brush again and just kind of feather it underneath. Now we're going to curl our lashes. This step, you guys don't skip this step. This step is essential. Even if you're not going to put on mascara, I feel like just curling your lashes really opens up your eyes. So already this eye looks a little more lifted to me, and I haven't even done anything. Before I do my mascara, I've been doing this pretty frequently just because I feel like it makes a really big difference, but I've been taking my Makeup by Mario pencil and I'm not putting anything on my top lid, but I am going to put just a little bit of this on the outer corner of my waterline. So I'm not even bringing it all the way in. I'm just keeping it out there. And do you see how much more defined my eyes look just from this one little thing? Then I like to use a brown mascara. I feel like for lighter skin, lighter eyes, and very minimal makeup, brown is the most flattering on me. But if you have brown eyes and you have deeper skin tone, you could definitely do black as well. I just personally like brown on myself. And my go-to is CoverGirl Lash Blast in brown. I have been through several of these and it's just a good product. It is just good. I love the brush on this. It's kind of shorter and the rubber bristles are pretty small, but I don't know, something about this mascara I just love. And I constantly repurchase it. I also like this one because this is definitely, in my opinion, more of like a separating mascara, which is what I like for this type of makeup look. I don't like anything that adds like a lot of volume. I know this one is called Lash Blast Volume, but I still feel like it adds more length and separation than it does volume. So I just kind of do a really light coat of that. So see, my eyes look much more defined, but they don't look like I have hardly anything on my eyes. At least to me, it doesn't. Okay, and then last we have the lips. And as you can see, my lips look 1,000 times better than they did when I started this video. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but they have a little bit of color to them. It's just my natural lip color. They are hydrated and they definitely just look a little more defined on my face. They don't get lost, if that makes sense. So honestly, a lot of times I'll just leave something like this on, but if I want to add just like one more thing on top, what I like to do is add one of the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow lip serums. This is Bare Glow, and I am just gonna add a tiny bit of that just to the center of my lip, and that's it. I'm not gonna do lip liner or anything. You totally can if you want, but this is just kind of what I've been doing lately. And that's really it, you guys. If you are super oily, you could definitely use, you know, a little bit of powder. I don't always use powder, it just kind of depends on the day, but I will use just a little bit today. This is the Kosas powder, and I basically just take it where I get like excessively kind of oily looking, if I do, which is right here on the sides of my nose. Like, do you see how that just took down that shine? My forehead never really gets shiny, so I don't really put powder here. I will put just a little bit on my chin and a little bit under my cheekbones, and that's it. I'm not going to put it under my eyes or anything like that because I just don't need it. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. These are so much fun. I love to try new product combinations and kind of find new routines to do these types of easy, minimal, very clean and fresh makeup looks. It's just one of my favorite things to do. And lately, because I've been pairing this and the DRMTLGY, I've just been loving this combo. And I love that it has sunscreen. It's like 2 layers of SPF, kind of evens out my skin tone, and then I just kind of spot conceal. But I really love this routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will list everything below with links as always. I do think Dermatology is doing 30% off right now of their website. If they are, I'll put it up on the screen when this video goes up. I know they were doing it, but I'm not sure if it's still going on. But this is fantastic, full price. Totally, totally recommend it. 100%, especially if you could get it 30% off. So I'll check into that and I'll put it up on the screen and down below. And also, if you're interested in the City Lips, they are buy one, get one free today, the 7th, through Wednesday, the 9th, which is a really good deal. I love this product for this type of look in particular. I like it as basically like a lip primer almost. And then the only thing I added on top was this Makeup by Mario. No lip liner, no anything, just this as a base and a little bit of this on top. And I love how it looks. It looks fresh and natural and my lips feel good and hydrated as well. So I will list the link for this as well down below along with the code. Thank you so much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with your friends, your family, anyone that you think might enjoy my videos. And I hope you'll follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair. I will see you guys next time for another video. Remember, simply be you. Bye.
Sun